magnanimous Dr. Ken Harris, who does Truth in the Afternoon. It's your boy Benjamin. All right, y'all know what it is. It is amazing. All right, and to the left of me, I have the lovely. All right, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Kayla. I'm actually a fan of yours. I'm a fan of yours. I'm a fan of your hustle. I'm a fan of your grind. I'm a fan of who you are.
It.
Yes. The energy you permeate is just magnetic.
I love that. I love to hear it.
Yes. And as always, y'all know whose show this is. Y'all know who's behind the ones and twos on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. And it's the Double J, J-Dub, J-Money, J-Problems, the Jason Smith,
you know,
Viral
Jason Smith, what the people call me Double J.
They call you Double J.
They call me Double J. J-Dub, J-Money, J-Problem. You know how it is.
You got 55 names. I love it. It's an interesting day today, Truth Nation. It's a very interesting day. So, unfortunately, as y'all who listen to 101.7 The Truth each and every day, and your ears are glued to 101.7 The Truth, y'all would know I didn't do my show today. I wasn't on Jam with Juice today. All right, I wasn't on at the 12 o'clock hour.
Where were you?
You want to know where I was, Kayla?
Where were you being?
You know, just like people should be. I was at the doctor's office. All right.
Oh, I love it. Okay, come on, black man going to the doctor. That's what we're supposed to do.
We have to go to the doctor to make certain that our health is secure. Right? We got to make certain that everything is checked. Everything is checked and everything is up to par as it should be. You know, and I was good.
That's what's up.
I was good, Truth Nation, but unfortunately, my girlfriend was not. All right, my girlfriend was not. You know, she had been complaining about her back for the past seven days, a solid week, and then passed by Kayla. You know, when you're black, it's like, you know what? First day, I'm not taking you to the doctor.
Yeah,
you don't go to the doctor. You can walk it off. Okay, whatever you got going on.
Ginger ale.
Drink some ginger ale.
You'll be all right.
You got the ginger ale up in the crib. It's up in the fridge. Drink the ginger ale. Drink a 7-Up.
Yeah, you'll be good. Eat some crackers.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Eat some soup. We don't take you to the doctor at first. No,
not the first day.
But it had been a week. A week had passed by. And I was like, you know what, babe? I'll take you to the doctor now. All right? I'll make some time. Make certain I take you to the doctor and make certain that ain't nothing broken back there.
Okay.
All right? And ultimately, you know, it's always interesting going to the doctor. And actually, I learned a random fact that's actually happening at all hospitals across all of America just from going to the doctor today. But I'll tell y'all that in just a moment. Went there, made certain that nothing was broken. There was no fractures or anything of that nature. It was just some muscle spasms happening. So they decided to, you know, hook her up with the best of the best drugs.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Lower back. That's what was hurting?
It was upper back.
Oh, okay.
It was upper back pain. So, now, Kayla, what drugs do you think they tried to offer my girl?
For back pain, I think that they start, especially for us, I think that they start with like Tylenol, what's it called, like 800 or something like that.
They try to dope her up. They gave her the ibuprofen.
Yeah, okay.
650.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But then they
so
doped
she
her
get
up.
home and she could rest.
Yeah, that's true. And then they doped her up with some more stuff. Gave her, asked her if she wanted some fentanyl, you know, and right now, since fentanyl has such a bad rap.
Yeah.
Hell no! I told them people no. Y'all ain't finna give this girl no fentanyl. You trying to turn her into a dope fiend?
No, listen, I went to the doctor. I went to the emergency room for stomach pains, and it ended up being my gallbladder was erupting. When I got there, I was in so much pain that they were like, yeah, we'll start with the fentanyl. And I was like, excuse me? And they was like, no, this is completely different. This is safe. This is in the hospital. This is good. And it really, like, took all that pain away.
How'd you feel?
I felt amazing. Amazing. That's how I felt.
No, that's hilarious, okay? Because I mean, again, like I'm glad that you felt good about it. I told my girl, don't do it. All right, it might knock you out.
I needed it. Like I needed it. I was in pain for 12 hours. I was in pain for 12 hours. My gallbladder is erupting.
So, like, I mean, I don't want to derail a little bit, but like when it comes down to your gallbladder, because I think that is a problem in our communities. I've known so many different black women to have problems with their gallbladder.
Yeah.
When did you start to notice that your gallbladder was not functioning properly?
Which is crazy. I had stomach pains for so long, probably since 2017, and I'm just putting it off. Like, okay, I'm having these random stomach pains. Literally, like you said, the first day you don't go to the doctor. It was years. In the morning that my gallbladder erupted, my husband thought I was just like playing or just doing too much. And I thought I was on an episode of I didn't know I was pregnant. Like, I thought I was about to have a baby. I was in so much pain. So I learned about it probably in 2017. Didn't get diagnosed or anything like that, but it makes sense now what I was experiencing then.
That's pretty messed up, Kayla, because I feel bad for your gallbladder. I'm assuming you got it removed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you was drinking on top of this gallbladder. If it
Eating
took a few
fried
years.
food.
Oh, my God.
The night before, I was like, oh, I want a Polish. And that's what did it. All of that grease.
That pig meat.
Polish.
That pig meat. You're supposed to stay away from it.
Yep.
I feel it.
You definitely supposed to stay away from that pig meat.
Yeah, stay away from the pig meat.
It's so good and it's so greasy and so delicious.
I mean, I personally like to put a little syrup on my pig meat when I do get it. So.
That's that Racine stuff?
Hey, yeah. I put the good log cabin on there. Y'all know about some log cabin syrup?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that before. I never got that. I stick to the stuff that I'm used to.
I like the high fructose stuff. You know, it takes me to my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ultimately, so as I took my girl to the doctor, they prescribed those things. But you know, one thing that I think people never think about when it comes down to like world disasters that actually happen, aka Hurricane Helen, aka Hurricane. The name was Milton.
Yep.
Hurricane Milton. Why does that sound so funny to me now? But Hurricane Milton, that ended up happening. Talking to the nurse there today, he went on to go say, and I was just wondering why the whole time they never put my girl, hit her with an IV. Yeah. They did not hit her with an IV. And he was like, yeah, man, we're kind of running low right now on IV. I'm like, damn, like what's going on? Is everybody in Racine right now under fire? Like, does everybody got COVID? What's going on? Why? You know, don't you guys have an IV? I thought that just came when you come to the hospital.
Yeah.
They hit your arm already. But he was like, nah, because of you know, the hurricane and also the people who have been like rebelling at the ports or whatever when it came down to all the shipments that were supposed to come in, we were like, yeah, we've been low on IV. So, you know, just for anybody out there who thinks that, you know, they're finna be able to go to the hospital and they just gonna hit you with the IV immediately. Nah, they finna let you sit through with whatever pain you got going on, all right, because they are short on IV and they want to make certain that whatever pain that you are going through is something dire, or else they ain't finna hit you with the IV. That was interesting.
They literally brought me a cup of water. I went a cup, like last week, they brought me a cup of water, and I was like, okay, y'all put my little IV thing in. Where the IV at? And they was like, well, drink that. You'll stay hydrated off of that.
Like, would they give you some water or something? Or some saline?
They literally gave me water. So that's all that is like keeping you hydrated. That's all the drip is. It's like saline, like it's just keeping you hydrated.
Is it like some water with some salt in there or something, bro?
I don't know. You don't necessarily need it, clearly. That's why they holding on to it.
That's very interesting. Now, Kayla, for people who don't know you here, as far as 101 Southern Truth listeners, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, about your businesses that you conduct? Yeah,
so I am Kayla Lewis Allen with Full Circle Television. My husband and I started a media platform. Shout out to my honey. Today is his birthday.
Whoop, whoop.
Shout out to Marcus. So, yeah, my husband and I started a digital media platform where we have a show called Relationship Goals, the series. We branched that out into doing game nights and We Be Abroad, where we take people out of the country and do different trips. We're doing a lot of things within the community. So check us out, Full Circle Television.
That's so crazy, Kayla. All right, you out here and you got a beautiful black family.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what? When we talk about black families and, you know, the growing up and developing of a black family, one of the things that, you know, I think that is important is always trying to pass down the legacy. Is that
for sure.
Is that something that motivates you and your husband to be like,
absolutely.
If we're millionaires, you got to be a billionaire. If we do good in life, you got to be great in life.
Absolutely.
Well,
we ain't doing this for ourselves.
That's very true. And I think, you know, some people are just selfish in that way, right? They're like, you know what, I'm going to keep my billions to myself. You know, I might be like that when I have kids. I don't know.
I doubt it.
But I got to see if they're good, if they're going to be good offspring or not.
Nah, you going to want them to be good. This your lineage.
That's true. What if they turn out to be trash, though? Like, you know, I try to bring them into my workplace, but they can't talk on a microphone. You know, they got stage fright. You know, what do I do then?
They're going to be running behind the mic and trying to do the things that you're doing because that's all they saw.
That's okay. All right. You might be right about that. Well, Truth Nation, if y'all know anything of what we may be talking about, we are talking about or discussing, LeBron James and his son, Bronny James. I had to bring this to the microphone, Truth Nation. You know, normally I don't talk about sports. I try to stay out of it. But when it comes down to this idea of LeBron James and Bronny James playing in the NBA together, you know, everybody who watches the NBA or has, you know, been glued to their iPhones and or Androids for the past 2 months, if you will, would know that Bronny James is the son of LeBron James, and Bronny James is out here playing with the Lakers. All right, he's actually an NBA team member, okay?
Full-on NBA player.
He's got the jersey. You know, he also has a great name and big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Fortunately and unfortunately, he's not filling those. All right, I don't think he's meeting the standards of what people would like to see for LeBron James, LeBron James' son. I don't think that he's actually filling those shoes.
You think people are expecting LeBron James to step on the court, LeBron James Part 2 to step on the court?
I think that's what people want from Bronny James. I think people want to see Bronny James become better than LeBron James out there on the court. I think they want to see Bronny James become a part of the legacy and do something that, you know, people have never seen before happen on the court before. Again, this is a father-son duo happening right now.
Yeah, these men made history last night. It was really cool to see them, like, on the court together. But then at the same time, like, I saw my boy get lost on defense.
Oh, he just got lost out there. He was on skates. I
was like, what is going on? But then I had to remember, dang, he's still young, and like we talked about pre-show, it's
but
like,
what does that matter?
Taylor's right.
But what does that matter? But what does that matter?
He is young.
He is young.
Let him grow. It's unfair to put these expectations on him for him to be the. LeBron is the greatest basketball player ever.
He is LeBron.
Like this dude is not about to be his pop. So we need to, if we get rid of those expectations and allow him to just grow as his own person, he'll be just fine.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, Kayla? You know, do you just agree with all of that?
I do. I think that he is either going to grow and be his own person, or he's going to realize, like, dang, this was something that I thought was beautiful. This was something that I thought I wanted to be a part of because I looked up to my dad all the time. Whole time I wanted to be in tech somewhere. You know, so he get to figure it out. Like, he is still young
and rich, so he can go. He can do whatever he wants. He got to say,
my daddy is a billionaire.
That's what I'm saying. I got to go to the NBA for a couple years, live up my little dream, and now I can go do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, but is that fair to the next man out there? Like, when we sit back talking about the idea of LeBron James, we're talking about Bronny James. Look, how old is your son?
15.
He's 15. There's some other 20-year-old kid out there right now who hooped his whole life.
Yeah.
All right, from Rutgers Park to any school park he could pull up to. He probably damn near got shot out here in Milwaukee just trying to hoop late night one point. All right, but he was not afforded the same opportunity. All right, as a Bronny James, and he's probably 10 times better than the Bronny James.
Yeah.
He may not have the monies. He may not have the resources. He may not even have the relationships, but that gentleman has the talent. Does Bronny James deserve to be in that position then?
Yeah.
Just because his father? That's it?
Yeah, exactly. Because LeBron James worked hard his whole entire life. He put in that sweat, blood, and tears so that his kids could get on the court.
That's life. Life ain't fair. Like,
life ain't fair.
Some people born in rich families, some people born in poor families. Like,
that's how it goes.
Exactly. The rich family got more advantages than the poor family. No, we don't look at the rich family and be like, oh, you're such a bad person for being rich. No, it's life. It just happens.
That's just how it goes.
Well, Truth Nation, call in, text in, 833-212-1017. Does Bronny James deserve his position with the LA Lakers? All right. Call in, text in, I am Benjamin. That is Kayla Lewis Allen with Full Circle TV. All right, a media company, black owned. And that is D. Jason Smith, Double J in the building. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. When we return, we want to hear from y'all, Truth Nation. Call in, 833-212-1017. Does Bronny James deserve his position on the LA Lakers, or has nepotism failed us all?
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices. One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
Hardworking family businesses, ambitious entrepreneurs, relationship builders, and job creators. Businesses like yours are the heart of Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation lives to help you realize your vision. Join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development. It will be held December 11th and 12th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee and virtually on the 10th. Presented by WEDC, Marketplace Wisconsin is a chance for minority, women, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned and small businesses to network, explore government contracting, and grow. You keep our state moving with construction, janitorial services, logistics and transportation, technology, medical services, and more. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants to help propel your success too. Let's look forward together. Register for Marketplace Wisconsin today at marketplacewisconsin.com. It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella. The durability of materials gets tested tens of thousands of times to ensure they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass. And right now, celebrate Gina Della's 60th birthday with 0 for 60. Put 0 down, get 0 interest for up to 60 months. Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply. Visit PellaWI.com.
UW Credit Union here, celebrating new branches with ribbon-cutting ceremonies. And not just our 13 Milwaukee area branches. We're also including our mobile app, which is like a branch in your pocket, to check accounts, make transfers, and more on the go. So now, branches are opening 24/7, which is great for our members, but hard on our fingies. Oh, cramp. Cramp! UW Credit Union. Local mobile banking made simple. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ready to glow? RN2 Go Medical Services has you covered. With a top-notch team including a skilled RN and medical doctor, they offer personalized treatments just for you. Feel fantastic with exceptional post-op care, invigorating IV hydration therapy, and vitamin injections. Enjoy advanced skincare, effective weight loss programs, and beauty enhancements like Botox, fillers, and PDO threads. Rejuvenate with PRP therapy and sculpt your dream body with cutting-edge body sculpting treatments. Why wait? Visit DestinationAestheticsMKE.com now to book your appointment. Your new radiant self is just a click away.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Bought the paddock, I was moving too fast. New G-Wagon, I was moving too fast. Got the condo, I was moving too fast. Only sorry cause I was moving too fast. So we said I knew it wasn't gonna last. Bought the paddock, I was moving too fast. Rich and Mealy, I was moving too fast. And I knew it wouldn't last. Yeah. Pop it out, I'll swap them out like every other
Welcome back, Truth Nation. All right, this is 1017 The Truth. I am Benjamin. That is Kayla Lewis Allen. And that is Double J up over there. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Harris. He is out on assignment. I am filling in for him, so y'all know it's going to be an amazing show. But with that being said, Truth Nation, I had a question. All right, I had to figure out what's really going on out here when it comes down to the NBA game and these NBA athletes. How serious is this really? Bronny James is now playing with the LA Lakers, and as everybody knows, he has a rich daddy. All right, he got a rich father out there, and his father's very rich. I think he's the
billionaire.
He's the only billionaire,
active NBA billionaire to ever play.
Yep, only active NBA player to be a billionaire. With that being said, we are asking Truth Nation, ultimately, does Bronny James really deserve his spot? Does he deserve his spot on the LA Lakers? Does he deserve that position? Does nepotism actually ruin what's going on inside the NBA? I feel like, he could be, taking a position that somebody else could actually be fulfilling. But call in, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. Does Bronny James deserve his position? Yes or no? But, Kayla, how are you feeling about this? Does he actually deserve this position on the LA Lakers? Is there something that he can actually, offer to the Lakers, if not to the rest of the world?
I think he's going to learn, and I think that he's going to grow and develop and get better. Right now, it is all about nepotism. I do see that if I'm watching his game on the court right now with a preseason game and then the season opener last night, It is definitely nepotism, but I can see him growing and developing and becoming a star player for the Lakers. Yeah.
And it's interesting because, like, you know, the thing is, Kayla, a lot of people will go about the idea that, like, man, nepotism just all bad. Yeah. You know, it's all bad, but we were having a conversation before this out in our break room where we get our coffees and stuff. And I'm like, you know what, man, I think it's actually a good thing. I think it's a good thing that nepotism exists because ultimately, if we're going to build our black community up, if we're going to, you know, make certain that the next one doesn't have to build himself up by his own bootstraps, you know, ultimately, why not? Why not give somebody, you know, the pathway in, even if they suck?
Who suck?
Bronny James, right?
Wow.
Bronny trash. Come on now, Bronny James is trash.
Are we talking about this? You're talking about NBA Bronny James?
That's
or you
what I'm
talking
saying.
about Bronny James that was just out there bussing?
Like, bro, just because you can say he trashed relative to
an NBA player.
He's a 20-year-old kid just coming into the league.
He's not a kid. This man is a whole adult. He's an adult, bro. He's 20 years old, okay?
This dude is a kid.
Does he have a lot to learn? I would say he has a lot to learn.
A lot to learn.
He got a lot to learn, but at the same time, if you are gifted the platform, you should be ready by that time. We shouldn't be looking at you like you should be in the G League. We should be looking at you like, man, this LeBron James son? Oh, hey, you got to get from your daddy. You got to get from your daddy.
LeBron James' son, or are we saying that because he's new to the NBA? Because are we looking at the rookies that are coming in for the Bucks and expecting them to be stellar players?
They should be a good investment.
We don't know no other second-round draft picks.
No.
The only reason we know Bronny is because he's LeBron's son. We don't know no other second-round draft picks because we don't care about we don't care about second-round draft picks like that. We just be focused on the first round. I think that people are just hyper-fixated on this name.
But I done seen some first rounds come through
and be trash.
Garbage.
And be trash.
And what happened?
I done seen number one picks come in the league and be completely trash.
Nobody has ever lived up to the expectation in the way that LeBron James has lived up to his hype. If we talking about LeBron from middle school, high school, like going into the league, like nobody has ever lived up to that hype. So for us to think that LeBron James Jr. is going to be able to do that, that's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy. I think it's asinine. I think a lot of times when, and forget basketball, right? When we're talking about just people in general, when you have your own seed, people put those expectations up on you. You know what? I'll tell a true life story. My brother is a regional manager for Foot Locker, right? Okay. And my very first job, I got because of my brother. I got it because of my brother. See, I got it legally and illegally. The illegal way, you know, I was chopping up boxes in the back, and the store manager ended up being a pedophile and some stuff, whatever. But then in the future, I ended up getting the job all over again because of my brother. And in doing so, you know, it taught me valuable lessons about money, all these other things. And I turned out to be a really great associate, a really great sales associate out there selling sneakers.
Okay.
The only problem with that was the fact that I lived in my brother's shadow at the time. I'm living in my brother's shadow. My brother is, at this point, he's like manager of Mayfair up here, you know, and everybody's looking at me like, man, you ever going to be like JG? You ever going to be like JG? You going to be able to sell them 1, 2, 3s like JG? And in my mind, yeah, I'm trying to live up to those things. I can do it. I can do it, boss. But no, I couldn't. That was for him. Yeah. I should have never actually, I'll say never, but I shouldn't have actually ever tried to really follow in his footsteps. I should have made my own destiny. And that's why I'm glad I got fired from there.
But it felt good. And something about that, you aspired to be like your brother, like something about that. And it may have just been his success, right? Like it may not have been necessarily like the shoes and all of that. It may have just been his success. So even like in the pre-show, we had the conversation, even if Bronny doesn't stay in the NBA and he goes off to do his own thing.
He needs to.
I think that is cool as well. You tried it. You tried it. Move on to the next thing.
And honestly, I think that's really more so what he has to gain out of all of this. Like at the end of the day, Bronny James, look, play for one season and get on with your life. All right. I don't think basketball was really ever truly for you. You probably designed and looked up to your father your whole entire life. I want to be like LeBron. I want to be like LeBron. I want to be like LeBron. Leave it alone, son. That LeBron James came through and did what he was going to do, and it's not for you. All right, it's for somebody else.
I can't wait till he just come out here
That's what I'm saying. I just can't wait.
Duncan.
Why would he do that? He not finna do that on Giannis.
Chopping dude.
He not finna do that on Giannis.
I can't wait.
No, he not. But the bigger picture is just the fact that we looking at LeBron, a billionaire, and what did he do? He started his own sports label with one of his best friends, and it made it easy for his son to get signed to the sports label and get into the NBA. It's about ownership. It's about black ownership and being able to put your seed in a position. You don't know what he gonna do. He might end up being the next tech billionaire, like y'all was saying. We don't know, but the man wanted, the boy, Bronny James, wanted to live his dream out in the NBA, and his pops made it happen.
Listen, and at this point, you could do anything that you want to do because you my son.
Exactly.
You can do anything that you want to do because you my son.
Just because you can do it, don't mean you should do it. Okay, just because you can't do it, don't mean you should do it. I mean, we look at Donald Trump right now. The reason why Donald Trump is even the billionaire he proclaims to be, or set to be the president of the United States or whatever, is because his father gave him $1 million investment. All right, should his father have gave him that $1 million investment? I don't think so, because we wouldn't have had to live through all this terror.
Yeah.
All right, we may not even have COVID on this land right now if it weren't for Donald Trump and his daddy giving him $1 million. So just because LeBron James could put Bronny James in position to win, don't mean that he should. Maybe he should have, if he gonna be such a tech guy, he should have put him over there to Apple. All right,
But think about the financial, think about the way that he is setting him up financially. So I already got $1 billion, right? But I know that if my son gets signed, I can already put him 100 steps ahead of his peers.
Okay.
That's a part of it. What if he don't go to, be like this all-star and go on to, just be this mega star in the NBA? I done set you up financially.
And I'm not gonna lie, as a son, as somebody, a recipient of that, I would truly appreciate it. Yeah. I would truly appreciate it. And I might even appreciate it just a little bit more if I really had to work for it. Mm-hmm. If I really had to put in the sweat, if I really had to put in the tears, if I really had to have blood dripping. Because, we actually talked about this a little bit before, but we were all talking about Blue Ivy prior to, right? And her nepotism, right? Because Beyonce's her mama. All right, she can go out and perform on the world stage. Yeah. I know a girl group right now who can dance circles around Blue Ivy. All right, circles around Blue Ivy. All right, shout out to Royale Technique. But with that being said, does that mean that Blue Ivy deserves that position on that platform? Does that mean that Bronny James deserves that position on that platform just because he's this person's son? I don't know, Truth Nation. Call in 833-212-1017. Let me know how you feel. Is nepotism ruining NBA? Call in, text in, let me know. Right now, we're about to head to the phone lines. We are about to talk to Atlanta. Miss Banana, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, this is a pleasant surprise.
Yes, it is. I'm never on at the 4 o'clock hour, right?
But it's nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Miss Banana. How you doing, though?
I'm all right. Yeah, look, how Hazel doing? I ain't gonna say nothing about the baby. How I don't see anything wrong with it because the white people can have a generational wealth. We can too.
Yeah,
I know that's right.
That's that generational wealth. So go ahead on, Bronny, and all the other black people, Blue Ivy, and them. You know what I'm saying? Because they can go ahead on and get that generational wealth. At least they doing it legally. They ain't doing it off the back of slaves and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ms. Banana, because if other coaches can do it, how come we can't do it?
Right.
Hello? Because every time us black people do something, the same thing somebody else do, that we always get talked bad about, but not the other people. So I'm for us, black people. So, keep on with that generational wealth, and they doing it the right way. They ain't doing it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got paid who helped them get the, it wasn't done off of some free labor. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do feel that, Miss Banana. But thank you for calling in, all right? God bless you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Bye. And the only people that really talk about us is us.
Interesting.
We the only people that's talking about us.
You don't think other coaches be like, oh my God, I can't believe that Bill Gates is up another Billy?
No.
Get out of here.
No.
What?
You don't think so?
I know they don't.
You sure?
No.
I could pull up some stuff. Why y'all think they was doing Brett Favre like that? Really investigating that man's funds.
Brett Favre is a fraud.
Yeah.
That's why.
Hey.
A fraud.
Hey, I'm just saying. People got to do real investigations to figure out really where your money came from. Because in other cultures, they do have different narratives or different ideas they throw out there when they feel like you didn't really deserve your position. Like they'll say, "Hey, you're just a trust fund baby. You didn't really work for this."
Oh, you're right.
And it's most people, as most people know, when it comes down to say for instance, I actually always like to bring up the example of the gentleman who invented Chick-fil-A. Truett, something like that. But anyway, his idea and vision for Chick-fil-A was just to be original chicken, healthy chicken, straight from the farm chicken.
Yeah.
He died a multimillionaire, correct? The idea is that most of the times that if that dream was your dream, you'll keep that dream sacred. But even though you go and pass it down to your children go and actually ruin your seed. And that's what we're seeing with Chick-fil-A right now. They injecting chemicals and stuff in there and stuff. It's not even the original chicken sandwich
Trying
anymore.
to move faster.
Yeah, trying to move faster, you know, because they want more money. But call in, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. Is nepotism ruining the NBA, especially when we talk about Bronny James? Is nepotism ruining us? You know, has it ruined this country? Should you just be, you know, a hard-working class citizen and work to the very top and not pass any of that knowledge down? Call in 833-212-1017. We want to hear from you. I am Benjamin. That is Kayla Lewis Allen with Full Circle Television. All right, a black media company, and that is Double J on the ones and twos. We are filling in for the magnanimous Dr. Ken Harris for...
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
My name is Anton Moore. Around here, we have hardworking people that just need a break. Whether it's investing in small businesses or making housing affordable, Vice President Harris gets it.
Kamala Harris is making sure black men have the tools to build generational wealth. She'll put a policy in place that gives 1 million forgivable loans to help entrepreneurs, including black entrepreneurs, start their own businesses. She also plans to give $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time homeowners and crack down on racial bias in home appraisals. Harris's plan will help black men own more assets so we can build long-term wealth.
This is what an investment in my community looks like. We're trying to build generational wealth. No get-rich-quick schemes, no scams, no one-time check, none of that. Vice President Harris got our back. I'll be there on November 5th. Will you be there?
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard, aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
We've got some pretty hefty delays along southbound 41, pretty much from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive, so be careful with that. Southbound 43 also seeing backups from Silver Spring down to Capitol, and then from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge down to the KK River. Heads up on northbound Howell Avenue right at the end of the airport spur. We got the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle there, so careful with that. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear. Frost inland with a low of 38 at the lake, 32 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. Rain at night, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Stein. The NBA season is officially back. The Boston Celtics beating the Knicks on ring night 132-107. The Lakers also victorious, beating Minnesota 110-103. The Bucks will debut their season tonight in Philly against the 76ers. No Chris Middleton tonight as he continues to rehab following off-season ankle surgery. Tip-off tonight is set for 6:30. Coverage can be heard on WTMJ beginning at 6 p.m. Over to the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers will hit the practice field as they prep for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The focus for this team this week, learning from past mistakes.
There's not always going to be wide open guys. You know, it's going to be tight windows. You're going to fit the ball in there sometimes. And, you know, I'm going to keep playing. You know, I learn and grow from the mistakes, the interceptions, and just keep playing.
Packers-Jags set for a noon kickoff on Sunday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
We've got some pretty hefty delays along southbound 41, pretty much from Good Hope Road all the way.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Be wildin' with it. They told me it's all love, but I love all. I'm cash out a couple hundred whenever my brother call. Sometimes I like to scandalize, feel like I'm above them all. It was a joke when he copped out, now he wanna jump the wall.
Back Truth Nation.
I was tired of one more
filling in for the magnanimous. I keep saying magnanimous because Dr. Ken Harris always used that word, and I could just kind of like that word. I grew an affinity for that word. So we are filling in for the illustrious, the magnanimous Dr. Ken Harris for Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I am your boy Benjamin. It's amazing. All right, and I also have Kayla Lewis Allen from Full Circle Television in the building with me, and I also have Jason Smith on the ones and twos. Now, Truth Nation, what we've been talking about all hour, I mean, ultimately is LeBron James and Bronny James. Does Bronny James truly deserve that spot? All right, because in my eyes, he's trash. All right, I think the man really shouldn't even be playing ball right now. I think LeBron James, although this man is your son, you should have just chose somebody else who really deserved that position. But hey, neither here nor there, Truth Nation. Call in, text in, 833-212-1017. Is this nepotism destroying the NBA? Is it destroying LeBron James' career? Is it destroying his legacy?
This is enhancing his legacy.
You think it's enhancing what he got going on?
Without question, bro. Like, you got to what he's making history. He already solidified. Even if you don't have him as number one, you have him as number two. Like, he solidified as a number two top GOAT, and now you just made history by playing in the NBA with your son. Like, this is bigger than basketball. It's bigger than the NBA. It's the first instance that this is probably the only time this will ever happen in the NBA, because like you can't come straight out of high school no more. Bron was fortunate enough to be able to come to the NBA at 18 years old, so young, and then had his son so young, so he was able to do this. Now, you can't even come in straight out of high school. We might not even see this again. This is just history. It's going to keep being history. Shout out Bron and Bronny, bro. This is about.
This cold. This is cold right here. And when I saw them next to Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Sr., I was like, this is really cold. And then I don't know what they setup was and what their age difference is to have them have played together as well as father and son in baseball. But I was like, oh, this cold right here. This don't happen a lot. So I'm happy to see it happening. Like, this is not something that's happening every day.
It is beautiful. And call in Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. Is nepotism in the NBA ruining the NBA? Is LeBron James allowing Bronny James to play in the NBA ruining what's happening? I'm going to head to the YouTube chat board really quick. JD the Poet. All right, which actually I want to get some poetry from JD the Poet. He goes on to say, look, people that own companies and or CEOs, they promote their kids all the damn time, all right? Life isn't always about what you know, but it's about who you know. And with that being said, I'm going to head to the phone lines. Security Mike, you are on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, who's out on assignment. I am Benjamin. What's cracking? What's going on, Security Mike? What you about to secure today?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here at work listening to be catching the old shows that played in the morning.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree with you, Benjamin, on that. This guy, yeah, I played plenty ball, and he would be like one of our guys' son, just getting picked up just so we can feel the five. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Five on the squad. You know, so we just gonna let his son play just to feel that five, and then have him hold, another squad on the other team. Okay, so it's just like, hey, he's in the league because of LeBron, and he's taking spots from the true ball player. But, hey, you can't really blame LeBron for that because his longevity, this will never happen again. Nobody's going to play 22 years. He might even play another couple of years.
Yeah.
This will never be met again. And his son don't belong, just like Giannis. Giannis' brother don't belong. He's
nobody talk about the Nazis.
So, no, nobody talk about him.
About the Nazis.
But, only thing with him, he got some ups, and he's got energy. The man hustles. So I ain't going to knock him for that, but they said he was the worst NBA player. So
damn.
So little Bronny right up there with him. But I'll give little Bron respect because he's in the league, but it's not on his merit. It's because of his daddy.
All right.
Y'all keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, Security Mike. God bless you. Call in Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. Is nepotism ruining the NBA? We're talking about Bronny James and LeBron James. Did LeBron James make a mistake by allowing his son into the NBA, who is, to some people out there, completely trash? Just like some people would say that the Nasty isn't deserving of his spot on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Nah, and I don't think that he is, but I like Giannis here.
Exactly.
So whatever we got to do to keep Giannis here, we going to do that.
The Nazis, he don't play. It's 15 roster spots. Only 9 players are going to play.
He going to make sure his brother is good when he get an injury and he got to walk off the court. He going to make sure he beat his crutches. Keep him.
But is that enough? That sound, you know what? If we're being real right now, we're talking about our generation, like this generation, the time that we living in. It just sounds like another participation trophy to me. Yeah. Right? It just sounds like another participation trophy. Oh, you came out my scrotum. I'm gonna give you a job. Is that what we're supposed to do? Like, wouldn't you rather have somebody who's willing to work and put the hard work in? Sweat, blood, and tears. I was watching a video earlier today. LeBron James over here acting like he's 20 years old, putting Fruit Loops and tricks on his son's car.
Cute.
Yeah, man. Treat that man like a boy. All right, that's what you're doing. Treating that man like a boy. All right. He saw that man eat Fruity Pebbles his whole life. He said, "I'm gonna put these Fruity Pebbles in your car, son."
Yeah.
No,
bro. But you gotta understand. I get this, but when Bronny was in high school, he was All-American, so he was top 15.
He was that dude.
He was top 15 in high school. He got to college and had the heart attack, and that derailed his college career. So that did push him back. But he has skills, but on top of that, it takes more than just basketball skill to be in the NBA. It's about the intangibles. It's about the work ethic, which he has. It's about the mentality, which he has. It's about the hustle. He does.
Jason,
I think that he needs this time right here. He needs this embarrassment right here. He needs this time so that he can bump his head and then he can move forward and get better in the game. Like, when I saw his stats from last night.
Trash.
Oh, my God.
He only played 2 minutes. Yeah, he didn't play. He only played for that moment to play with Bronny.
But why would they upload his stats like
That's
that?
Fine. They doing Bronny bogus.
They doing
Bronny
He
bogus.
doing himself bogus. LeBron James set his son up for failure.
Nah.
That's what's really going down. Just because LeBron James is about to retire after this season, he just pushed his son into something he wasn't ready for. You don't never do that. You can't prepare somebody. You can't put somebody into a position that they're not ready for. It's just like as if, we out here testing out new co-hosts. We out here testing out new radio personalities. You would not be in the position if we didn't think he was ready for the platform. That's That's just case in point.
But teams thought he was ready. Like the Warriors was about to drive Bronny, but chose not to.
Everybody was going to his games. Like people were packing his games out, and it wasn't to see LeBron. It was really to see the athlete Bronny James.
Come on, man. That was, those ticket sales was a form of nepotism.
Hey,
all right,
it's about money, though. It's about
nepotism. Let's go see LeBron James' son. Let's see his son. Let's see little Bronny play. Let's see if he's anything like his father.
This is business, and at the end of the day, this is about money. What is going to bring in the most money? That you talk Bronny, he might not be ready for the NBA, but
and that's also why he has to get on the court last night, because he shouldn't have got on the court last night. But it's about money. This is about entertainment.
Exactly.
This is the season opener for the Lakers. We have to put him on the court. Even if it's for 2 minutes and that boy get discombobulated on the court, we have to put him on the court, because what people came to see LeBron, his son, play. Now, he probably ain't going to play for the next couple of games, but
he should. He should sit back on that seat, on that bench, and watch and learn.
Yeah.
Because I have a philosophy, Caleb. I got a philosophy. When everything becomes about the money, that's when God leaves the room.
You're right.
Yeah, that's when the God-given talents, all that other stuff. No, you ain't playing for God no more. God didn't give Bronny James the talent. God didn't give the Nassers the talent that he gave Giannis. All right? I don't understand why they allow these dudes to do what they do. However, we talking about it right now, Truth Nation. It seems to me that nepotism just rules all. It's all over the planet. So if you know somebody, all right, if you know somebody out there, you too can be the president. Okay, if you happen to know Donald Trump, if you happen to know Kamala Harris, and you in the camp some way, somehow, maybe you in the relations with her sister. I don't know. You know, but nepotism seems to rule the world, and it might be for more evil than good. But call in Truth Nation 833-212-1017. Is nepotism ruining the NBA? Now we're about to head to the lines. Shout out to Brian. Brian, how you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Some nepotism is good, but most nepotism isn't, because the kids, obviously, most of the time, they just don't. They don't have the height. They don't have the. They don't measure up to their parents, especially when their parents are goats.
Yeah,
so
Brian,
speak.
why does the kid have to measure up to their parents? Why can't the kid just be his own person?
Because he stepped into the. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Yeah, they can't be their own person, and they probably need to find their own identity. If he's jumping right into identity of his father, because his father plays basketball. Now, maybe he should have went up and tried to play another sport, but you're never going to get away from the identity.
Huh?
Pardon me?
Should have been a tennis player because he's too small, right? That's what he should have done.
He probably should take up bowling, because if he's got a heart problem, heart problems don't go away.
No.
And that's the difference between an NBA player and an average player. It's stamina. That's the difference a lot of times. And with somebody that's got a suspect heart, his career is not going to be that long in the first place.
Interesting.
So it's novel, and it's a good money grab to let him out now. Let him play now, and the father and son thing. It puts butts in the seats. But, I don't think it's going to be a long career. I think Shedeur Sanders with Deion Sanders, I think he's going to have a long career because those guys are in excellent shape, excellent health.
I feel that, Brian.
And pardon me?
No, I said I feel that. I definitely understand. Because again,
Colorado is packing teams stadiums full every time they play another team.
Mm-hmm.
Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders, they're great for that sport as far as putting money in the pockets of people that have something to do with the stadium and the school. But as far as LeBron and Bronny, he already had the money. And
that's my thing, Brian. Just because he got the money, just because you could put your child in a position, don't mean they need to be in that position. That's all I'm saying. But thank you so much, Brian, for calling in, and God bless you. All right, but Truth Nation, call in, text in 833-212-1017. Is nepotism ruining the NBA? Just because LeBron James got the money, does it mean he needs to allow his son to play the game? I don't know. How you feel, Kayla?
I think so. Let him do whatever he want to do. Like you said, you want to be the next president, you want to be an astronaut, whatever you want to do, let him do it.
Call in Truth Nation 833-212-1017. I am Benjamin. That is Kayla Lewis Allen from Full Circle Television. All right, a black-owned media company. And then you got Double J on the ones and twos. Holla at your boy. We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, early voting has begun right here in Milwaukee. From now until Sunday, November 3rd, Milwaukee will have numerous polling locations across the city where you can cast your ballot for this important 2024 election. I want you to know that our vote matters, that your vote matters, and this is your chance to shape our community's future for the better. For more information on early voting, simply Google Early Voting Milwaukee. That is Googling Early Voting Milwaukee to find the nearest polling location near you. Get out and vote early, Milwaukee, from now until November 3rd. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hardworking family businesses, ambitious entrepreneurs, relationship builders, and job creators. Businesses like yours are the heart of Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation lives to help you realize your vision. Join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development. It will be held December 11th and 12th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee and virtually on the 10th. Presented by WEDC, Marketplace Wisconsin is a chance for minority, women, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned and small businesses to network, explore government contracting, and grow. You keep our state moving with construction, janitorial services, logistics and transportation, technology, medical services, and more. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants to help propel your success too. Let's look forward together. Register for Marketplace Wisconsin today at marketplacewisconsin.com.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
Milwaukee Health Services Incorporated is celebrating 35 years of serving all income and medically underserved populations of Milwaukee's metropolitan area. MHSI is a one-stop shop that provides medical, radiology, dental, pediatric, behavioral health, pharmacies with affordable medications, and more. Also, MHSI's new family medicine residency program, located at the Isaac Cogg's Heritage Health Center, has brought 28 family doctors to our area, which is significantly impacted by healthcare workforce shortages. Become a new patient today. To schedule an appointment, call 414-372-8080. Your health is their business.
Discover Epic Moves Studio at 3815 West Fond du Lac Avenue right here in Milwaukee. From group workouts and dance sessions to photography shoots, book signings, and birthdays, they've got the space for you. Need a stage? They offer rentals for all of your interior and exterior events. Pricing varies by size and time. Join the community and connect at www.epicmoves414.com or call 347-559-7355. Epic Moves Studio, where your next event comes to life.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome back, Truth Nation. This is Truth Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, who's out on assignment. I am Benjamin. That is Kayla Lewis Allen from Full Circle Television. And that is Jason Smith, Double J on the ones and twos. We are talking about Bronny James. Is that man trash? Does he truly deserve to be in the NBA, or is nepotism ruining the NBA? We have less than a minute, so I'm going to go to the phone lines and talk to Tony from Tulsa. What's happening, my player partner, Pip?
What's happening? What's happening?
You know what it is. How you doing, bro?
Not too bad. So I get it like...
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
You know, two generations. Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. So last night was a really cool to see two generations of great players play with their sons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the adage goes is that if your dad was okay, the son is going to be great. If your dad was great, the son is going to be all right. So that's just how it's always been. Now, we all know that Bronny needs a little bit more development. And I had this conversation earlier with a coworker of mine. It's like, look, he knows that he's not going to live up to his dad. There's no way possible. Nobody has. But he for himself has already said,
I want to be like a Drew Holiday. So he wants to be a utility guy. And so he knows that the ceiling is way too high for him to ever achieve with the last name James.
No, you know what, Tony? Thank
Jr.
you so much for calling in. Thank you so much for calling in, because I think you added a lot to the conversation. All right, if Bronny James wants to be a utility, he needs to go apply for We Energies.
Shut up.
All right, he needs to apply for We Energies.
Crazy.
He needs to go learn how to cut some electricity off. All right, I'm pretty certain some folks out here abusing it. But Truth Nation, that has been my time. I am Benjamin. That is Kayla Lewis Allen, and that is DJJ on the ones and twos. When we return, I think we'll talk about something Wallace want to talk about. All right? Call in, text in, 833-212-1017. I'm Benjamin. Make sure that you do tap in for Gemma with Juice between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. Holla at your boy.
Peace, y'all.
Truth Nation, join us live for the Truth Summit on Saturday, October 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the 3rd Street Market Hall. This exclusive in-person roundtable will examine the state of finances, education, and politics for Black Milwaukee. Dr. Ken Harris will be joined by expert guests for a lively debate and insights that you can't afford to miss. We've got it covered on the pulse of Black Milwaukee. Get your tickets to the Truth Summit by visiting 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
If anyone knows the joy of rescuing animals, it's me. Just ask my rescues, who are all very important members of my family. Your life can also be forever changed by adopting a shelter pet. And it's not just about happiness your pet gets from finding a loving home, but that which you'll get from bringing them into your life. The heroes at American Humane have been helping animals for more than 140 years, whether it's rescuing animals caught in disasters, ensuring the safety of animal stars on the screen, or protecting our planet's endangered species. They go above and beyond to further their mission and make the world a kinder place for animals. Please consider adopting a shelter pet and support American Humane. You can learn more at AmericanHumane.org.
Brought to you by American Humane.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed
old system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
Yes. Truth Nation. Life is one funny mother love, ain't it? You know, you try to plan, right? You try to plan, you be like, oh my God, this was supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. But then nothing goes as it's planned. All right, and like they said before, or like I said before, this is the Benjamin filling in for the illustrious, the magnanimous Dr. Ken Harris for Truth in the Afternoon. And like I said before, Truth Nation, some things just never go as planned. You go out into life and you think everything's going to be all peaches and cream. You wake up early in the morning, you're like, oh man, I'm going to have this breakfast. And when I get to work, oh my God, this is about to happen. But it doesn't go as planned. All right. And you like, damn, God, are you forsaking me? All right. The things that I plan for in life, why are they not happening? And I came to a realization. It's because it's not supposed to happen that way. What's happening for you right now is supposed to happen for you right now because it's going to build you up to be the person that you're supposed to be. You may go out there and try to plan something, Truth Nation, but ultimately it falls through. And you think that wasn't the plan, but ultimately it was God's plan. And as I always tell y'all, I'm living for God. I know at least one day when I am, set to return, I'm returning back to God. So with that being said, Truth Nation, I had a thought. And the thought occurred to me because of what occurred over my weekend. I was talking about this on Jamming with Juice between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. with my co-star Carrie. And what happened to me, Truth Nation, made me think about this whole election cycle that we're in right now. And I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I'm getting tired of all the damn advertisements. Okay, I'm getting tired of every time I'm up on YouTube. All right, I'm seeing another campaign ad. I'm seeing what's that white dude named Eric Hovde's big ass nose. I'm seeing Carrie's face and my face being used in all these different advertisements. All right, that nobody asked me that I could use. All right, nobody asked me if they could use my face. Nobody asked me if they could use my question for their campaigns. Tammy Baldwin. Nobody asked me that, but my face is plastered everywhere, along with Carrie Nones, along with Tory Lowe's, along with Eric Hovde, for whatever our reason, decided to sit down with us on a Juneteenth, and we started to blast his ass, hit him with some black questions that he wasn't prepared for, and now he looks like a dummy. I don't know. I was told that I might be looked at, or we might be looked at as heroes in the end if the Democrats win. I don't know. Neither here nor there. But it made me think to myself, Truth Nation, like, man, I am so tired of all these campaign ads. Like, I'm tired of going to my mailbox, opening up my mailbox, hoping that it's a check from the United States government, hoping it's a check from somebody who owed me some money from somewhere, Six Flags, hoping it's a check coming for me. No. You know what I see? I see, are you voted? Are you registered to vote yet, Benjamin? Vote.org. Do you know T. Grizzly and Cash Down? They're all about to be here next week at the Pabst Theater. Did you know that? I'm seeing all these things, and I'm like, dog, I am done. I'm tired of seeing all this voting stuff. I'm tired of being reminded that I have to vote. I'm tired of seeing people telling me and asking me, am I a registered voter? And you know what? What I want to tell those people is, it's neither here nor there. Okay, it's none of your business. What happened? What happened, Truth Nation? Back in the day, before computers came out here, my business was my business. Now it's 2024 and people want more and they want more of your business. They want more of your information. They want to know what you got going on. And they're going to come up to you with the iPad. They're going to come up to you with the iPad or whatever cellular device they got, and they got the nerve to ask you your name, your email, your street address, where you from, what high school you grew up at. Did you graduate? Did you not graduate? Did you go to college? Did you not go to college? Or do you got some college? And I'm tired of it. It's too much information for me, and it's just too much. All right? I understand that it's about to be a presidential election that happens, and you should go out and vote. Early voting has already started. November 5th is the deadline to go ahead and elect whoever's going to be the president of the United States. I see that. I understand that, and I get that. But I'm tired. I can't do it no more, Truth Nation. We run these ads on 101.7 The Truth each and every day, got the commercials going. We up in here talking each and every day, go vote or die, go vote or die, go vote or die. I think it's just too aggressive. It's just too much. I'm too bogged down anyway. If I'm not being bombarded with the things that's happening on my timeline on Facebook, if I'm not being bombarded by the things that's happening on my Instagram feed, if I'm not being bombarded by the things that's happening on Twitter, I have to come to work and experience the same nonsense. I think by now, Truth Nation, and everybody out there who claims to be an American knows for a fact we need to go and vote, at least by November 5th, or else, right? May not actually win the election if, whoever you agree with that you truly want to go out and vote for. That might be a thing. But what happened to me on Sunday, Truth Nation? I said I can't do this no more, all right? It's definitely got too aggressive for me. I'm at home, chilling, made me some soup. Little Hazel over there, my little dog, my little pit bull. Ruff, 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 ruff. She's playing with her rope. She's biting on her bone. She's nibbling. She's having a good time. My girl over there, she messing with her back because she's still having back pains. And I'm over here trying to get a piece of mind, playing 2K, playing a little Fortnite, playing some Dragon Ball Z. All right? And I get a ring at the door. And Truth Nation, okay, I know for a fact. I don't know about y'all, but I know for a fact one thing that disturbs and interrupts my peace, my inner peace that I have going on, is when somebody shows up at my doorstep unannounced. Unannounced. All right, I'm in peace mode. This person don't hit your phone yet. This person don't call your phone. They don't text you. Hell, they don't even send an email. They just buzz your door. Which sent me into a frenzy because I'm the man of the house, right? I got to go protect the crib. Somebody ringing the doorbell. Who you think showing up at the door? It's me. It's being jamming. That's who you about to see. I'm about to tell you. It's amazing. Now, what's up? That's what I would say, right? Person hits my door buzzer. It's a female's voice. And immediately, through my intercom, I hear Benjamin Hooks, Benjamin Hooks, Benjamin Hooks, Benjamin Hooks. And oh my God, why is this person saying my government name? They talking like they truly know me. I couldn't take that, Truth Nation. I personally couldn't. All right, because for one, I'm already thinking in my mind, like, you must be either somebody here sent to attack me or somebody with some very, very, very important information that I personally need. Could be some mail that I didn't pick up from my mail place, that I go to from USPS Postal Service. Or as a woman who has a man, you could be thinking to yourself, who is this hoochie on the intercom calling for my man's name, talking like she know him? BJ, who you got coming to my crib at this time? I have to think to myself, these are all the complexities. These are all the things that are perplexing me. These are all the pressures that I'm under all at one time. I'm trying to figure out what's truly going on. And I'm like, oh my God, who the hell is this at my door? I go to the intercom. I try to speak with the lady. She was berating me and just continued to say Benjamin Hooks, Benjamin Hooks, Benjamin Hooks, Benjamin Hooks on repeat, as if it was a song, as if my name was a song. Like it's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. That's what she goes on to do. And it led to me going to the door and actually going to figure out what was going on. And what do you know? Somebody trying to figure out if I'm registered to vote. I said, this mother lover right here, that disrespected me, my house, my home, the peace that I was already in, just to see if I was ready to vote? I'm not saying that, a vote ain't important, but damn, my peace is much more important. All right, my peace is much more important. The soup I was eating was much more important. The game that I was playing was just that much more important than a voter registration person hitting my door with an iPad trying to ask if I'm ready to vote, and still had the nerve to go down the list to see if my information was correct. I said, I can't do this no more, Truth Nation. All right, I think I'm experiencing burnout. All right, my mental is exhausted. So, with that being said, Truth Nation, I want y'all to call in. I want y'all to text in. Air out some of y'all grievances that y'all have had during this whole election cycle. At some point, Donald Trump was facing 33, 37, 359 felonies. Seemed like he don't even got that anymore. At some point, people was questioning Kamala Harris's black card, asking if she was black enough, asking her if she's even Indian. But me personally, I think she's just black and Indian. That's what I'm going to say. But call in, Truth Nation. Text in, Truth Nation. 833-212-1017. I want to hear y'all grievances during this presidential cycle. I want to hear how y'all have been feeling. What are a few things that have been going through your mind throughout this entire election cycle? Have the candidates talked about things and discussed things that you truly want to hear, things that you truly care about? I want to hear those things, Truth Nation, because ultimately, I think a lot of the things that we face each and every day ain't even being confronted. I ain't even being confronted. I'm not playing with you, Truth Nation. These people want our vote. These people want our time. They want our energy. But aren't they doing what we need them to do for us? Even right here on the grounds of Milwaukee, we know right now they're about to have T Grizzly and Cash Doll and Nile X Nile and Lakia perform to go out and get us to vote. We know that on Saturday, Lil Uzi Vert, some people will call him Lucifer, all right, here on Saturday, turning up the city down in MATC. But is this truly what we need? Do we need these performers? Do we need the celebrities to come out here and tell us to get out and vote? Hell, are they even doing the things that we really want them to do besides making us sing and dance? Don't we want more than that? I think we do. I know I do. We're calling Truth Nation 833-212-1017. I am Benjamin, filling in for the illustrious, the magnanimous, the stupendous Dr. Ken Harris for Truth in the Afternoon. Holla back at me.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Southside Serious.
Southside, this is 1017 The Truth, and you are our Gruber 5K giveaway.
Oh, man, I can't believe it, man. You guys are so great, man. You're doing so much for the community. I really, really appreciate you guys.
What would you do with $5,000?
I got two boys. I got an 18-year-old. I got a 15-year-old, and, man, I'm gonna give it to them.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
My name is Anton Moore. Around here, we have hardworking people that just need a break. Whether it's investing in small businesses or making housing affordable, Vice President Harris gets it.
Kamala Harris is making sure black men have the tools to build generational wealth. She'll put a policy in place that gives 1 million forgivable loans to help entrepreneurs, including black entrepreneurs, start their own businesses. She also plans to give $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time homeowners and crack down on racial bias in home appraisals. Harris's plan will help black men own more assets so we can build long-term wealth.
This is what an investment in my community looks like. We're trying to build generational wealth. No get-rich-quick schemes, no scams, no one-time check, none of that. Vice President Harris got our back. I'll be there on November 5th. Will you be there?
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella. The durability of materials gets tested tens of thousands of times to ensure they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass. And right now, celebrate Gina Della's 60th birthday with 0 for 60. Put 0 down, get 0 interest for up to 60 months. Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply. Visit PellaWI.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Milwaukee Health Services Incorporated is celebrating 35 years of serving all income and medically underserved populations of Milwaukee's metropolitan area. MHSI is a one-stop shop that provides medical, radiology, dental, pediatric, behavioral health, pharmacies with affordable medications, and more. Also, MHSI's new family medicine residency program, located at the Isaac Cobbs Heritage Health Center, has brought 28 family doctors to our area, which is significantly impacted by healthcare workforce shortages. Become a new patient today. To schedule an appointment, call 414-372-8080. Your health is their business.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Or is it just a hit and run?
It is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'm Kyle Wallace, filling in for Dr. Ken Harris. Shout out to Ben Jammin and Kayla Lewis-Allen for filling in during hour 1 of Truth in the Afternoon of Dr. Ken Harris. I know they held it down, but I was excited for my opportunity to come step in for the next 44 minutes, 43 minutes here, because I got a lot to talk about, Truth Nation. And with the election being only less than 2 weeks away, I feel like we need to have a real and honest conversation about what's going to happen, right? And so for the next 44, 43 minutes, Truth Nation, I plan to be about facts, because that's what we need to talk about. We need to talk about the facts, right? 833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talking text line. I need to hear from you, because I just want to know some things, and I want to just get some feedback on how y'all feeling, because I listen to the Truth nonstop. I see the things on TV, whether it's Sherwin on the BBC or Sherwin on CNN or Tory Lowe doing his stuff in the community. Like, I see all these different things. I hear all the talking heads. I hear the talking points. But I really feel like we need to have a conversation. With this election being less than 2 weeks away, and for me, it's important to have this conversation. And a conversation about Donald Trump. See, I know I can be emotional at times, right? I know I can get hyped up, right? But for me, a lot of times I think it's passion, right? Because I'm passionate about a lot of things. I'm passionate about seeing my people be successful. I'm passionate about seeing my people prosper. I'm passionate about seeing this great country that we live in America excel. I'm passionate for everyone having an opportunity to succeed regardless of their race, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their gender, their identity, the color of their skin. Regardless of that, I think that is the American dream that we were born with, and that is the right to be able to live prosperously in this country. So again, today I'm here to lay out the facts on why Donald Trump is completely unfit to be the president again. And I'm here to remind you that he is a man that is supported by David Duke. Now, Truth Nation, I'm going to ask y'all to use the Googles. I want y'all to Google David Duke. Jason Smith, I know you multitasking, but do you know who David Duke is?
Oh, I know who he is.
Who is David Duke, Jason?
KKK.
KKK. Now, Jason, if I were to tell you, you were to run for office, and David Duke said, I want to endorse you, what would you say?
I would say, please stay as far away from me as possible.
Please stay as far away from me as possible. The KKK, think about the Klansmen and the hate that they have. Think about the Klansmen and the hate that they represent. Our very existence in America is something that they wholeheartedly hate. They hate African Americans in this country. But we should think about why Donald Trump hasn't said something negative about David Duke. But more importantly, we should think about why David Duke sees Donald Trump creating an America that he believes in and that the Klansmen who hate our guts believe in. Now, I've heard this terrible narrative that Donald Trump is a great businessman. Now, I mean, he's done some things. But to me, I think he's a great scam artist, right? Because he used his privilege and he used his influence to cheat the system, y'all. See, the chief marketer at NBC, again, I told you, I'm bringing facts today. The chief marketer for NBC said they created an illusion of Trump when he was on his TV show on NBC called The Apprentice. They said they had to create an illusion of luxury, an illusion of him being a businessman, an illusion of him being rich, right? Because that played for TV. They had to market that, all knowing at the same time that he filed bankruptcy 6+ times, Truth Nation. 6+ times. If a coach of a football team, I'm gonna tap on you again, Jason. If a coach of a football team, right? What team do you like? You like the Packers?
I love the Packers.
Now, if we had to hire a new coach and he had been fired 6 times from another team, would you hire him?
Why would I? The pattern. I'm all about pattern.
The pattern. Thank you. Jason Smith is a smart young man, and I feel like a lot of us, Truth Nation, are smarter than this. We understand there's a pattern of history. Somebody who files bankruptcy 6 times isn't a smart businessman. He's a terrible businessman. And that's exactly what Donald Trump is. He failed our country. He had an opportunity to lead us. We saw what happened when he was handed a great economy. It was good. It was okay. It was moving great, right? But then, after he stopped riding on the coattails of the Obama administration, how they picked up the pieces from the second Bush administration, and he faced adversity, right? And that's something that we face in life is adversity. When Donald Trump faced adversity and he no longer could ride those coattails of Obama administration rules and regulations that set this country up to be so successful early on in his term, he failed. He failed miserably. He failed you as Americans. He failed me. He failed Jason. He failed y'all miserably as a country when it came to the pandemic. He basically created the same problem that he had with bankruptcy. It's the same thing that he created overall for our country during the pandemic. Over 1 million lives were lost. 20 million plus jobs were lost during the pandemic. And meanwhile, his solution to trying to fix the pandemic and trying to figure out what we could do, y'all know what his solution was? Y'all remember what he said? He was talking to Dr. Fauci, and they were having a conversation at a press conference, and he said, well, what if they inject themselves with bleach? Now, if this was a comedy show, that would be hilarious. But this was the worst pandemic we've seen in 100 years, and the president of the free country of America is talking about injecting himself with bleach. Come on, y'all. Is that not the most idiotic statement that you can ever hear come out of a president's mouth, a common day president's mouth? Talking about injecting ourselves with bleach? A 10-year-old knows they shouldn't be doing that. Hell, a 5-year-old knows they're not supposed to be doing that. But the president of the United States at the time truly suggested that, authentically asking, should we inject ourselves with bleach to stop this? 833-212-1017. I got a lot to say, and I want to hear from y'all, Truth Nation. Now, this is where I also want to go. Is a lot of times we talk about him shutting down the country, and what we don't understand is how much, when he shut down the country, how much we suffered. Inflation is truly through the roof when he left office and continued to rise, and now it's coming down because of what? Because of the choices that he made. He sent checks to people, and when you put too much money in the economy and you overstimulate the economy, what happens? It causes inflation. He helped cause inflation, y'all. And then on top of that, do we remember, and Jason, again, you were young in 2020, but do you remember gas prices, the stock market crash and gas prices? You remember when gas prices went down, Jason, during the pandemic? Now, have you heard of supply and demand?
Supply and demand.
So that's something that is simple economics, supply and demand, right? When the supply doesn't meet the demand, prices go up. Well, during the pandemic, and I want y'all to listen real quick because I want y'all to understand why we had to pay the price for Donald Trump's poor decisions. Now, Now, you may see some memes on social media, or you may see people talking about how gas prices were down at the end of Trump's administration. Now, I want y'all to understand this. Listen and open your ears. Is that the gas prices went down because Donald Trump asked for countries in the Middle East. He asked for Russia. He said, listen, the pandemic's here. We're pumping way too much gas. We have more gas than what we actually need because currently right now across this globe, people aren't going to work. They're working from home. People aren't going out because you can't go anywhere. So there wasn't as high as a demand for gas. So instead of making the gas companies here across America suffer and hurt, what did he do? He asked the Middle East. He asked Russia to produce less gas. Now, here's the problem about that, Truth Nation. I just want y'all to understand this. It ain't just a plug that they pull to reduce the amount of gas they're producing. This is a thing that takes time. It takes time. So eventually they stop producing, a certain amount of barrels of gas or oil, right? And prices for gas, obviously, it eventually started trickling back up. But here's the issue is America and the rest of the world started going back to work, but you had already reduced the amount of production of oil that you had across the globe. So now all of a sudden you're producing a less amount of oil. It's not meeting the demand of the supply is not meeting the demand, and that causes prices to go up. So when you hear Republicans, and I'm going to call it out, Republicans, Donald Trump, talk about gas prices, I want you to tell them the gas prices were high because Donald Trump's administration put the corporations ahead of you. Instead of making their pocketbooks suffer, he decided I wanted you American people's pocketbooks to suffer because it takes time to raise the supply to meet the demand, and that's why gas prices are now starting to finally meet the demand because they're producing more gas. So I'm telling y'all this right now. Donald Trump is an idiot. He truly is. His economic plan is trash. It would add significantly more money to the deficit that we already have. More than what Kamala Harris would add, but he would add more to the debt. Have y'all noticed? I don't know if you noticed this, Jason. Have you noticed there's been a lot of food being recalled lately?
There's been a lot of stuff going on with the food.
Have we wondered why that is? The Food and Drug Administration under Donald Trump loosened some of the rules that they had for the FDA when it comes to food safety. And so when they loosen up those rules and you don't demand people have 50 people on the line, you only need to have 25, 30 people, right? For corporations, right? Because you want corporations to save money. But at the end of the day, who paid the price when people have listeria across this country? Americans die because of the food safety regulations, or I should say deregulation, that Donald Trump had. Y'all got to listen to me now. Y'all got to understand. When I say this, it's not because I have pure disdain for Donald Trump. It's because his policies are a joke of a policy. He hurt us in our pockets for gas prices. He lost his lives during the pandemic. He's going to add so much money to the debt that is more than a Democrat that if they were elected. And then most importantly, his mental decline is happening in front of our eyes. This man went on national TV when he is campaigning for the president of the United States of America. He should be talking about policies. He should be talking about how he's going to make life easier for you. But instead, he went on stage during a rally and talked about the late, great golfer Arnold Palmer's man size. Where in the world and how in the world do you allow this to happen? How does a sensible American listen to Donald Trump talk about the size of Arnold Palmer's junk on TV and think this is an acceptable individual we should elect? 833-212-1017. I just got questions, y'all. And everything I'm saying, you can research, you can Google. They're straight facts. We're not dealing with emotions today. We're dealing with straight facts today. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to Donald Trump, he would be awful. I mean, awful for this country. I want you to remember back to what we dealt with in 2017, 18, 19, 20, the divisiveness that we had. I got more for y'all. 833-212-1017. That is the ESPN. That is the 1017 The Truth talking text line. And Jay, you are on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. What is your thoughts and comments?
And my comment is this. The old saying goes, if you're tired of the clown, then you need to quit going to the circus.
I feel you on that. I live in the circus.
Like, and I'm tired of that circus myself, but we already know we already know what's going to happen if that person gets back in here. So, why I still can't understand why a lot of people are just mesmerized by this person. I don't get it, but what can you say? They love them. I don't see why, but that's just the way they are.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing that I look at it as, and again, when I'm judging somebody, when I'm voting for somebody for president, I'm not just voting for policy, because policy is important, but I'm also voting for character. Because though I'm still a younger man, when I look up at the different presidents during my lifetime, Bill Clinton had his, infidelities that he had, but he still seemed like a good man that cared about the people. George Bush may have disagreed with him as a young person, but the fact of the matter is that George Bush still seemed like a good human being, right? Everybody talked about, I'll get a beer with him, but I don't want to be my president. Barack Obama was somebody I can look up to. Like, there was a certain level of standard that you expect, and Donald Trump just did not live up to that standard.
No, he didn't. Nope.
Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate you for joining so much. 833-212-1017. That's the ESPN Talking Text line. I am Kyle Wallace, filling in for Dr. Ken Harris. And Security Mike, you are on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What are your comments here on this conversation?
Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, you hitting the facts right on the head. And not only did Trump talk about my guy, Arnold Palmer's junk side, at one rally, he took the last, 57 minutes and started playing music.
Let's see now.
Remember that?
He was swaying back and forth.
He started playing some opera music.
Hey, Security Mike.
Some other stuff.
Security Mike, in the add-on to that, because remember, I'm just spitting facts, right? Because we can say, he played opera music, but I'm going to tell you this right now. His own campaign staff has leaked that he has been slowing down his own schedule, his campaign schedule, because he is exhausted. How can you sit here and talk about how old Biden was and how tired he looked, and somebody in Trump's own campaign staff leaked out that he is suffering from exhaustion? That's why he's canceling interviews. He's canceling campaign events, because he is exhausted for the sprint. How can somebody who is exhausted campaigning just for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, for the last 4 weeks, how can he be president?
I hope they can see that. I sure hope they can see that. And when you said he was said something about injecting bleach, first he said something about a UV light. But let's put that in someone's body and stuff like that. So, man, just keep spitting what you're spitting, because you're talking real facts. And maybe this will get out to these brothers that's voting for this guy and not jumping on the sisters bandwagon, because that's where we need to go. This man don't care about nobody. He don't care about nobody but himself.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that, Security Mike, because I got a lot of things. Thank you so much for joining. I got a lot of things that I want to talk about, and we're going to fly through this because I got about 30 minutes here. And he doesn't care about anybody but himself. And there is something that I want to send over with Donald Trump, and specifically for the black people that are questioning whether or not Donald Trump cares about you. I'm going to have an article when we come back. We're going to play some audio from his past history of him and his father in the racist housing practices that they had. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm Kyle Wallace, in for Dr. Ken Harris. We'll have more conversation on the other side.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org. PlannedParenthood.org.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
People will tell you that race is a social construct and that there's no biological reality that distinguishes between a white individual and a black individual. So what does that mean if there are these quote-unquote disparities, right? It means that the way we move through a society is markedly different, right? And that the experience that we have has biological consequences. Is when you're in a society where people are constantly discriminating against a certain group, denying access, don't have control over the institutions that govern our lives. All of those things create a biological reality and a response, whether it's a stress hormone or a fear or something that could be passed on, what we call epigenetics, which means what my mother or my grandmother experienced had an effect on what formed me in my responses to those stressors. That's how we can be two individual people with very little difference, but have totally, vastly different experiences as we move through our reproductive health.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute. The WIAA football playoffs is here. Tune in this Friday night as the number 1 seeded Marquette Hilltoppers begin their quest for back-to-back state championship titles as they host the 8th seeded Milwaukee Marshall Eagles. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Left's Lucky Town, Boyle Frederickson Intellectual Property Law, and Marquette University High School.
The Greater Milwaukee Urban League Ball is sold out, but you can still join in the fun and support the work of the Urban League. Participate in a special online silent auction of great prizes and experiences. Auction items include a night at Milwaukee St. Kate Hotel, an autographed Packers football, baseball, hockey, and soccer tickets, and a special evening at Lake Park Bistro. Go to the Urban League's website and click on the black and white ball tab. Visit tmul.org. Let the bidding begin.
We've got some pretty hefty delays along southbound 41, pretty much from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive, so be careful with that. Southbound 43 also seeing backups from Silver Spring down to Capitol, and then from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge down to the KK River. Heads up on northbound Howell Avenue right at the end of the airport spur. We got the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle there, so careful with that. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear. Frost inland with a low of 38 at the lake, 32 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. Rain at night, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Stein. The NBA season is officially back. The Boston Celtics beating the Knicks on ring night 132-107. The Lakers also victorious, beating Minnesota 110-103. The Bucks will debut their season tonight in Philly against the 76ers. No Chris Middleton tonight as he continues to rehab following offseason ankle surgery. Tip-off tonight is set for 6:30. Coverage can be heard on WTMJ beginning at 6 p.m. Over to the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers will hit the practice field as they prep for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The focus for this team this week, learning from past mistakes.
There's not always going to be wide open guys. You know, it's going to be tight windows. You're going to fit the ball in there sometimes. And, you know, I'm going to keep playing. You know, I learn and grow from the mistakes, the interceptions, and just keep playing.
Packers-Jags set for a noon kickoff on Sunday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I am Kyle Wallace filling in for Dr. Ken Harris here. And make sure you stream and watch us live on YouTube. Engage in the YouTube chat, but make sure you listen live. If you want to get in on the conversation, you want to call 833-212-1017. We're talking about Donald Trump. And we're talking about the fact that he ain't it, y'all. He ain't it. And for those, and I listen to the station, I'm telling y'all this right now. For those that say Donald Trump isn't racist, and you try to find reasons to make it okay for his past,
I just want y'all to listen to this article about someone who actually was impacted, who looks like me, an African-American male, who looks like Jason, an African-American male, who looks like a lot of y'all listening, an African-American, what she had to go through simply because of the color of her skin dealing with the Trump family.
My name is Mae Wiggins. I was denied an apartment in the Trump buildings based on the color of my skin.
Before Donald Trump got into the penthouses and the luxury casinos, he and his family were involved in low and moderate income rental housing in Brooklyn, Queens, and other cities.
I applied and was told by the Trump Corporation that there were no vacancies.
What they told May wasn't true, and when she complained to the New York Human Rights Commission, they were able to determine that she'd been lied to.
They sent the Caucasian couple out, and they were told that there was a vacancy.
You can't deny discrimination when the same unit that has been denied to a black person is offered to a white person.
I felt very, very angry. So much so that it still evokes anger and hurt. Deep, deep hurt.
Do y'all hear that?
The allegations.
Do y'all hear that? That's like your grandmother, your great auntie, right? The hurt that she still feels years later from being discriminated against by Donald Trump and his father. And you fools want to say, oh, that's okay. It's fine. What about Kamala? No, y'all. I understand that as an African-American community, sometimes we have difference of opinions. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you this right now. One thing we should always do is protect our own. And by allowing Donald Trump, and I'm not talking about the Republican Party, I'm not talking about the Democratic Party, nor am I talking about any other party, the Green Party, any party that they have, Libertarians, whatever you want to be. I'm talking about the character of this individual. That hate and racism that you have never goes away. And for those who say, oh, well, didn't he help out Nelson Mandela with a plane? No, he charged Nelson Mandela to use a plane in order to get here to America. Don't let people fool y'all. I'm telling y'all this right now. I'm coming with straight facts because I believe that is the most important thing, is that we come with straight facts. And when I hear somebody like Donald Trump, who tries to act like he cares about people, and it ain't just black people or white people. This man only cares about those who have money. He doesn't care about the regular, hardworking people like me. This man is too old and too incapable of being a leader. He hurls insults like a child. It's inconceivable that anyone would vote for someone who calls someone as accomplished as Vice President Harris, and you could not like her all you want, but something you can't take away is the education. My grandfather told me this. My grandfather got a 6th grade education. That's it. That is absolutely it. And the one thing he used to tell me as a kid, and I see it through my aunties and my family, is he said, Kyle, make sure you get your education because they cannot take that away from you. They cannot take that away from you. And we are sitting here allowing a white man, an almost 80-year-old white man who comes from the same era as Biden, both old, use the N-word. They probably both use the N-word because how old they are. We're allowing them to try to discredit and diminish the hard work that Vice President Kamala Harris has put in. He called her lazy. He called her a stupid person. And y'all might say, no, well, that's just him because, he's doing the part. Okay, fine. But we wouldn't let him watch your child. And we shouldn't let him be anywhere near the White House. Let's not repeat the same mistakes from 2016. This man is an absolute disaster and only focuses on himself. Not only did he call Vice President Kamala Harris stupid, not only did he say she was lazy, which we know when you talk about lazy and black people, that's a stereotype that white people love to hurl at African Americans of us being lazy and trying to collect checks when despite the real facts is that only less than 30% of African Americans are actually below the poverty level. So I don't understand when people say we're living in poverty, which he said you blacks are living in poverty, when that is just not factual. Most of us are middle class or better, but we allow some imbecile like Donald Trump to get up there and say things like that and give him a damn pass. And I don't get it and I don't understand. He called countries in Africa. Jason, do you know what people in Africa look like?
I do know.
Do they look like people you see in Norway?
Not at all.
Or do they look like people that look like us?
They look like me and you.
Do they look like people that look like Donald Trump in Africa?
No.
Have you heard Donald Trump say England is an S-hole country?
Never.
Have you heard Donald Trump say people in Sweden are in S-hole countries?
Not once.
Have you heard Australia that's full of a whole bunch of people that basically got shipped off from Britain, go live in that country, so there are a whole bunch of prisoners that basically got shipped off to another country? Has he called that an S-hole country?
He has not.
But for some reason, a country that has beautiful black people, he thinks is okay to call an S-hole country, and y'all just ignore it. You are an absolute embarrassment to my race. To me, in my opinion, if you accept and think it's okay for Donald Trump to speak this way, you have to understand the racial overtones that he is trying to say. He called LeBron dumb. He called LeBron dumb because LeBron disagreed with him. LeBron James, regardless of how you may feel about his game, but he started a school in the place that he came from. He just had his son make history with him. He's done nothing but try to elevate the black community, and because he's against Donald Trump, he calls him dumb. Y'all got to understand what this is. And I don't want y'all to forget this. There are a lot of Muslims across this country, and there's a lot of African-American Muslims. Have y'all forgotten there was something called a Muslim ban? He literally banned a whole religion of people from coming into our country, people. America is not a Christian country. America is not a Jewish country. America is not a Muslim country. America is not a Hindu country. America is a place where we have the right to express our religious freedoms. And Donald Trump decided to ban Muslims who have brown skin or dark skin, more than likely, from coming to this country. This is an attack on you. This is an attack on our identity here. This man is purely prejudiced. He is racist, and he thinks lowly of you as an African-American, and he constantly demeans you. I'll say it loud and proud. Dude's a freaking idiot. And if you vote for Trump, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, anything, it doesn't even matter what you are. It has nothing to do with him. I question you as well, because we all know Trump is unfit for office. Everything he does is self-serving. It's completely shameful that he puts his ego ahead of the American people. 50 years from now, if you vote for Donald Trump, you will be on the wrong side of history. You will be like the people back in the day that were spitting on African Americans who tried to desegregate schools. You will be like the people who hated the fact that Jackie Robinson was on the same baseball field with white people. You will be on the wrong side of history. That's the decision that you get to make in the polls. Will you be able to live with yourself when you're old? And they read in the textbooks, how could we allow this to happen? How will you explain yourself to your great-grandchildren? How will you explain yourself to your children? How will you explain yourself to your grandchildren? 833-212-1017. I told y'all, everything I'm saying is facts. Nothing I'm saying is about opinion. It's about facts, and I can provide the facts for you. But 833-212-1017. Lana Banana, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What's your thoughts and comments?
Hello, how are you? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Good. You speaking the truth?
I'm only speaking facts.
I think the reason why Trump get a pass and Kamala doesn't is because it's expected of white people to do and say stupid things. Because they say they found America. No, they didn't. That was stupid. You know what I'm saying? And they said there's no racism. There is. That was stupid. You know, and they always got to bully us and, you know, try to say little stupid black jokes to set us off. So it's expected of them to be stupid. Yeah. And we're expected to act mannerably and to respect others, even though they don't respect us.
That's true.
I think that's what that is.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Lana Banana, so much. Kimmett, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I got about 60 seconds for you. What's your thoughts?
Cal, everything you're saying is not rooted in facts, brother. It's not.
Oh,
you know,
please.
Sit down. Let me talking, brother. Let me talk. You've been ranting for about a whole hour, man.
Listen, I'm gonna let Kim and I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm gonna tell you this now. You got 60 seconds. I'm gonna let you talk, but you got 60 seconds, and it better be facts.
Let me talk. I'm going to tell you this right now. There's nothing factual about you saying someone's a fool. You know what I mean? I could care less. Both sides to me are repetitive idiots. Both sides to me in terms of her and him.
Okay.
The next piece is this. For you to say they're an embarrassment, there are people I know who are absolutely been on the ground fighting on behalf of black folk who do not like Kamala Harris. They just don't like her.
Okay, so why is Trump the alternative? No. Answer this question because right now I'm in control. You answer this question for me. So why is Trump? Why is Trump the alternative then?
I think Trump is the alternative because some people don't trust her. They don't trust Biden.
So another question. So you okay? So you okay with him talking about a man's penis size? You okay with him having racist things in his past? You okay with that?
I don't care about it, brother.
Got it.
I don't care about.
Got it. Thank you. Next up, G-Man, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Let me hear your thoughts.
Hi, Cal. Is this me, G-Man?
This is G-Man. How you doing? You got 60 seconds here because we got to get the break.
How you doing, Cal?
I'm doing all right.
I am listening to you, and you are absolutely speaking the truth. I think the only thing that you're leaving out is that he's a felon, and he wants to be a dictator. He wants to be a dictator. I don't think that people really understand the powers of a president that's a dictator.
Yeah.
I called in about this several times because I think that we keep skipping over that word dictator. Like, I don't want somebody that can put somebody in position that can go around and grab me by my privates.
I feel you. G-Man.
Like, are you serious?
I'm with you on that one. We short on time, but that dictator, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk about that dictator thing really quickly. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'm Kyle Wallace, filling in for Dr. Ken Harris. I love the discussion. I love the conversation. But on the other side, we're going to hear about that dictator conversation from somebody who used to be a chief of staff for Donald Trump. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
My name is Anton Moore. Around here, we have hardworking people that just need a break. Whether it's investing in small businesses or making housing affordable, Vice President Harris gets it.
Kamala Harris is making sure black men have the tools to build generational wealth. She'll put a policy in place that gives 1 million forgivable loans to help entrepreneurs, including black entrepreneurs, start their own businesses. She also plans to give $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time homeowners and crack down on racial bias in home appraisals. Harris's plan will help black men own more assets so we can build long-term wealth.
This is what an investment in my community looks like. We're trying to build generational wealth. No get-rich-quick schemes, no scams, no one-time check, none of that. Vice President Harris got our back. I'll be there on November 5th. Will you be there?
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
What's up, Troop Nation? It's your girl, Noni Juice, here for my friends at Steinhafels. And guess what? Steinhafels has everything you need to get your home ready for the holidays. Elegant dining sets, perfect for hosting family dinners, cozy bedrooms to relax and recharge after celebrations, and fireplaces to warm those cold winter nights. Plus, with Steinhafels 18-month financing, getting your home ready for the holidays has never been easier. Steinhafels, helping you make the holidays special. Shop in-store or online at Steinhafels.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to the award-winning 1017 The Truth. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'm Kyle Wallace, in for Dr. Ken Harris. And before we come back here, I'm going to play an audio clip. Jason, you good with the audio clip here? Let me know. This is all good. But it's going to be an audio clip from John Kelly. John Kelly used to be Donald Trump's chief of staff, former chief of staff and a former Marine general. Remember, he said he was going to surround himself with the best, the absolute best people. And one of those best people that he chose to surround himself with is John Kelly. And John Kelly not only was his chief of staff, John Kelly was also his Homeland Security Secretary. And this is exactly what John Kelly had to say about Donald Trump, his former boss.
He commented more than once that, that Hitler did some good things too. And of course, if you know history, again, I think he's lacking in that. But if you know what Hitler was all about, it'd be pretty hard to make an argument that he did anything good.
So what would you say when he said to you that Hitler did a lot of good things?
Well, I tell him that. I said, first of all, you should never say that. But if you knew what Hitler was all about from the beginning to the end, everything he did was in support of his racist, fascist life, philosophy, so that nothing he did you could argue was good. It was certainly not done for the right reason. And but he would occasionally say that.
What would he say when you would lay that out to him?
He'd just, that'd be the end of the conversation usually.
Y'all, Hitler hated black people. Hitler hated a lot of people. Hitler is a fascist. If you have an American president who is using Hitler and saying that Hitler did some good things, Hitler exterminated a lot of people. We talk about the Jews, but black people were still exterminated. He was hateful and upset and mad when Jesse Owens came to his country and showed and displayed that the Aryan race that he believed in was not the ultimate great race. You have Donald Trump, who understands how bad Hitler is. Hitler is known as one of the worst human beings ever, leaders ever. And this man is comparing himself to Hitler. So I'll leave y'all with this, is that we have a decision to make come November 4th. And it ain't about Democrat, it ain't about Republican. It's about the fact that Donald Trump just is not it. He has no business being in the White House. If you don't like Kamala Harris, that's up to you. But ain't no way in hell you cannot like Kamala Harris and see Donald Trump as the solution. See him as the answer. Someone who talks about Haitians eating cats and dogs and literally has not just black schools, but schools shut down in Springfield, Ohio, based off a lie, and he refuses to say, oh yeah, okay, it was made up. It's dangerous, and it impacts lives. So when it comes to November 5th, I know I'm voting for Kamala Harris because I actually see a dang plan. Please call in to other shows on The Truth. And if you support Trump, let me know what his plan is. Let people know what his plan is. But I want to say thank y'all so much for listening today. Thank you so much for listening to The Truth always. Make sure you get out and vote and let your voice be heard. Thank you so much, Jason Smith. This has been Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'm Kyle Wallace. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.